Think about the most financially successful person you know right now. Bring their image into your mind. You know the one. They have the pristine, sprawling house, the social media feed that looks like a nonstop luxury vacation, the brand new SUV that costs more than what most people make in a year. You look at them, and you probably ask yourself a very quiet, very uncomfortable question. What do they know that I don't? What am I doing wrong? Well, lean in close, because today I am going to share a secret that the financial industry does not want you to realize. A lot of the time, that person you are picturing, they aren't affording that life at all. They are drowning. They are suffocating under invisible debt, crippling anxiety, and the relentless, exhausting pressure to keep the show going. Welcome back to Grow with Tony. Today we are exposing a phenomenon I call the success mirage. It is a silent, incredibly seductive financial trap that catches the absolute smartest, hardest working people in the world. And the most dangerous part? This trap shapeshifts. Every new generation looks at their parents, thinks they are smarter, and completely avoids their parents' mistakes, only to walk right into a brand new, custom-built version of the exact same trap. By the end of this episode, you are going to have a terrifying realization about which version of this trap is currently running your life. But more importantly, I am going to hand you the exact blueprint to break out of it, reclaim your sanity, and build actual generational wealth. To understand how this virus mutates, we have to look at it under a microscope. Let's look at 4 lives, separated by decades, but connected by one fatal flaw. Listen closely because your story is hiding inside one of theirs. Let's start with Arthur. Arthur is a baby boomer, currently in his late 60s. Coming out of the post-war era, Arthur was handed one undisputed rule for wealth. Real estate is undefeated. Success meant owning a home. Renting was for people who were failing at life. So, the absolute second Arthur landed a stable corporate job in his 20s. He marched down to his bank and signed his life away on the biggest mortgage he could legally get. For 40 years, Arthur was the ultimate responsible citizen. He worked overtime. He skipped family dinners. He sacrificed vacations. Why? Because the house was hungry. It needed a new roof. It needed landscaping to keep up with the neighbors. It needed a kitchen remodel because, well, that is what successful people do. Fast forward to today, Arthur's house is completely paid off. Thanks to decades of market appreciation, it is worth a fortune. On a spreadsheet, Arthur is a millionaire. But in reality, Arthur is terrified. Almost his entire net worth is physically locked inside the bricks and drywall of the house he sleeps in. He spent so much time feeding the mortgage that his retirement accounts are shockingly empty. To actually use his wealth, Arthur would have to sell his beloved family home, leave his community, and drastically downsize. Arthur is what we call house rich and cash poor. He bought the ultimate trophy of his generation, but he forgot to build the safety net beneath it. Now the next generation saw this. They watched people like Arthur stress over every penny just to keep a roof over their heads, and they swore they would never do the same. Enter Sarah. Sarah is a Gen X professional in her early 50s. She promised herself she was going to earn more, climb higher, and actually enjoy the money she made. And she did. Sarah is a senior director pulling in a massive, multiple, 6-figure salary. But Sarah fell into a trap that is so incredibly quiet, you don't hear it snap shut until it's entirely too late. It's called lifestyle creep. It wasn't one big catastrophic mistake that ruined Sarah's finances. It was 100 tiny, easily justifiable decisions. Every single time Sarah got a raise, she rewarded herself. She worked 80-hour weeks, so when she got promoted, she traded her boring sedan for a luxury SUV. When her salary crossed $200,000, she moved to a more prestigious zip code. Then came the private schools, the organic grocery deliveries, the premium wine clubs. She earned it, right? But here is the heartbreaking reality. Even though Sarah makes quadruple what she made in her 20s, her bank account hits near zero at the end of every single month. She successfully skyrocketed her income, but she instantly upgraded her lifestyle to swallow every single new dollar. Sarah is wearing invisible golden handcuffs. She is trapped on a high-speed treadmill, terrified of losing her job, not because she wants to build wealth, but simply because she has to maintain the incredibly expensive life she built around herself. She thought a high income was wealth. It isn't. Income is what you make, wealth is what you keep, and Sarah kept nothing. So, millennials watched Gen X burn out on the corporate treadmill. They saw the 2008 financial crash wipe out traditional savings, and they decided to rewrite the rules completely. Which brings us to Julian. Julian is 38. He looked at impossible housing prices, laughed, and decided to play a totally different game. Society and social media handed him a new mantra: do not buy things, buy experiences. You only live once. Collect memories, not clutter. Julian became the absolute king of living in the moment. Spontaneous flights to Europe, VIP music festivals, aesthetic coffee shops. His Instagram is a breathtaking, envy-inducing movie. But pull back the curtain, and you find a terrifying reality. Julian has zero assets, no property, no investment portfolio, barely $1,000 in an emergency fund. At 2 a.m., Julian is suffocating under the anxiety of his future. Julian's trap was a cultural masterpiece. He used making memories as a culturally celebrated excuse to avoid the hard, boring work of building a real financial foundation. He traded the traditional symbol of success for a modern one, the lived experience. He thought an aesthetically pleasing life was a secure life. It was just a different costume. But what happens when this trap meets the algorithm? What happens when a generation grows up entirely online? Meet Mia. Mia is Gen Z, 24 years old. And here is the twist. Mia is the most financially literate person in this entire story. Thanks to podcasts and TikTok, she understands compound interest. She knows what an index fund is. She even invests $50 a month on a trading app. You would think Mia has cracked the code. But Mia's trap is the most dangerous one yet, because it is digital. For her generation, the ultimate symbol of success is the aesthetic. It's curating a vibe that signals to the internet, I have taste, I have money, I have my life together. It's the $100 matching workout set, the $50 aesthetic water bottle, the apartment perfectly decorated for a viral video. Mia is investing $50 a month, yes, but she is simultaneously dropping $500 a month on items whose only function is to look good on her feed. Her daily actions contradict her financial vocabulary. She is using her hard-earned money to perform the act of being wealthy rather than actually doing the heavy lifting to build it. She prioritizes the digital signal over the actual substance. Arthur, Sarah, Julian, and Mia. 4 wildly different people. 4 wildly different decades. But one exact identical mistake. They all prioritized the signal of wealth over the substance of wealth. They wanted to look like they had crossed the finish line, instead of running the actual race. Why are we so prone to this? It is basic human biology. For thousands of years, your survival depended on your status in the tribe. If you look successful, you were protected. Today, there are no predators chasing us, but our brains are wired the same way. We buy the big house, the luxury car, the aesthetic lifestyle to subconsciously scream to our modern tribe, look at me. I am safe. Respect me. But corporations have weaponized this biological urge, selling us status at a 20% interest rate. So, how do we break the cycle? How do we escape the success mirage? It requires a radical mental shift that will make you feel like an alien in today's consumer culture. You have to master the art of stealth wealth. You must be willing to look less wealthy than you actually are. You have to delay the costume. Here is the exact blueprint. Step 1. When you get a raise, pretend it never happened. Do not immediately upgrade your car, drive your current car for another 5 years, and automatically invest that monthly difference. That is how you buy your time back. Step 2. If you want to travel, travel. But instead of 4 impulsive Instagram-fueled trips a year, take 1 deeply intentional trip. Take the money you saved on the other 3 and put it straight into assets that compound while you sleep. Step 3. Divorce your identity from your consumption. Your worth as a human being is not tied to a logo, a zip code, or a social media aesthetic. When you stop caring what strangers on the internet think of your life, you unlock a superpower to build wealth that very few people possess. The absolute golden rule of escaping the mirage is this: assets first, lifestyle second. Every single time. You only get to fully upgrade your lifestyle when the passive income from your assets is the thing paying for it. Until then, you stay humble, you stay quiet, and you build the foundation. Before we wrap up, let's lock in the core lessons from today. I want these burned into your mind. Number 1, do not fall for the costume of your generation. Whether it is a massive house, a luxury car, expensive travel, or a perfectly curated online aesthetic, they are all fake symbols designed to separate you from your money. Number 2, lifestyle creep is the silent killer. You cannot out-earn bad spending habits. A high income is just an opportunity. It is not wealth itself. Number 3, true wealth is invisible. It is the money you do not spend. It is the peace of mind of a fully funded emergency account. It is the index fund compounding in the background. And number 4, The only way to win this game is to stubbornly focus on substance over signal. Build your assets first, and let your lifestyle upgrade itself naturally later. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself today. Look at your credit card bills. Look at your daily habits. Which version of the success mirage are you currently chasing? Are you performing wealth, or are you actually building it? It doesn't matter if you are 24 or 64, it is never too late to change direction. But the very first step to breaking out of the trap is looking in the mirror and admitting you are in it. Thank you so much for diving deep with me today on Grow with Tony. I truly hope this episode provided the wake-up call you needed to take total control of your financial future. If this episode shifted your perspective, please hit that like button right now. It tells the algorithm to push this video to someone else who desperately needs to hear it. Make sure you hit subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss a strategy to grow your life. And right now, go down to the comments and tell me, which trap have you fallen into in the past, and what is the one step you are taking today to build real substance? Let's get a conversation going. Remember, true growth always happens quietly, behind the scenes. Keep building, keep learning, and I will see you in the next episode.